They met me as a contestant on The Bachelor. Then they meet me as the Bachelorette. We're held to be this perfect individual, the most eligible Bachelorette in the world, but you don't understand the journey and the struggle that it took for them to be the person standing in front of you today. I'm so excited to share my book with you. Miss Me With That here on Under the Covers. Once I got on The Bachelor and decided to do reality TV, there was this freedom that came with it. I wanted to share some lessons that I learned along the way that I was still learning. Of course, the entire phrase is miss me with that BS, but I'm telling you all the things that as I've gone through these life experiences, there's certain things that I've learned that you can miss me with, and I'm not afraid to tell you that. There's a reason that I wanted to write the book when I started in 2020, as opposed to right when I came off the show in 2017. I still was caught up in being the Bachelorette, found love and you didn't expect it and it's magical, and the fantasy still carries on a bit even though the cameras have shut off. And the more I stepped away and I saw how things were done, I reflected on my experience. You know, the way I was introduced, it's, oh my gosh, she's the first Black Bachelorette in the franchise in 15 years. It's a huge deal. Even as something that I didn't realize how big of a deal it was until I got into it. I realized not the ill intent, but the ignorance behind me being the first Black Bachelorette and that they weren't prepared. It was enough for the show to just check the box of having their first Black lead, rather than understanding we need to put her in an environment to make her feel comfortable so she can be her best self. Why did we wait till 2020 to have a diversity consultant as opposed to having someone that Rachel could lean on as she was going through this experience? I feel like they thought, oh, Rachel's strong, she's got it. She's used to being in spaces where she is the only Black, she'll be fine. But I was trying to navigate love and trying to do a show and trying to educate you guys on what it is to be Black and understanding my experience. That is a lot. I think it's really helped me to put my story out there and discuss what happened on that interview with Chris Harrison on Extra. I really did experience a lot of post-traumatic stress because every week was something new. The death threats continued. The media was picking it up. The people who say to me, why are you talking about these things? Why are you changing the show? It's your privilege that allows you to sit in a certain place and be comfortable with the way things were. It's so important that I continue because I have the power to say something, to push for change so I can make the show better, not to eliminate the show. The reason it was important for me to tackle that is to show the other side of it. In this book, I'm showing you the other side of me. The way I embarked on my whole mental health journey was to impress a man, which sounds so ridiculous, so pitiful, but it changed my life. I went to save a relationship and I walked out of therapy saving myself. So this is one of those chapters where it's like, it's not about me being the Bachelorette, it's just about me being Rachel. And there's a stigma in the Black community where you don't need therapy. And if you do, something must be terribly wrong with you. There are people who don't think they need therapy. I was also that person, always hiding my emotions and trying to be strong because that's what I was told to do because life is hard. And it felt beautiful to be able to release all that. I hope that someone will read that chapter and realize how important therapy is. And I really hope that helps somebody in some way. One question that it took me until I was 30 to really ask myself is, whose life is it that you're living? I think that it doesn't matter what age you are, ask yourself that question, because a lot of times if you really sit back and you reflect and you release, you realize that you might be doing what you thought you were supposed to do, what you were told to do, rather than what it is you really want to. Through these essays, you see that I was doing things to please other people and to meet their expectations. In the moment that I made that decision for myself, it just changed my entire perspective on life. If you are going to pick up this book, ask yourself that question, because now everything I do is through passion and purpose, and I am so much better for it.